Okay, says I'm live. Sorry I'm late. I'm not too late. Just a minute. I always come skidding in at the very last minute because that's what I do. So let me say hi to everybody. Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Kat. Hi, Terry. Hi, Laverne. Hi, Starla. Dawn. Hi, Ellen. Yeah, Cam and Dee Dee are fun, huh? Cam's very talented. He is a very talented kid. Hi, Keeks. Oh, I got to get my book out too. Hi, Linda and Tim. Give Tim a hug. Just running down the list here. Okay, let me grab my book. I cleaned up in here, you guys, and made space on one of my shelves for all the junk that used to lay around. Oh, I like it, but yeah, now my memory is put to the test over and over. Not a good thing, but we'll deal. And so you guys learned at Dee Dee's that I have a new resident at my house, and he has rapidly become the boss around here. You already gave a thumbs up, so it better be good. Oh my God, now the pressure is on. You guys, it's such a beautiful day here. But anyway, hi Ruth. Who else? I hope I said hi to Missy. Yeah, so got a new resident here, and he, the first day he was, hi Christina, he was pretty traumatized, I think. I don't know where the clinic got him. I don't know if somebody brought him in. I don't know, but he's been there for as long as I can remember. So he lived at the clinic. And I hadn't given it much thought before I picked him up. And I decided, I'd been mulling it over. I didn't want the cat hair, didn't want the litter box. But then Robert's kids came last Thursday, and I told them I was thinking about it. And they said, just do it. Robert will love it. So I immediately, while they were here, I texted Jen and said, okay, we're going to take the cat. Then I couldn't back out. And she said, okay, the lady from the clinic will be calling you, because Jan used to own the clinic and she sold it. And the new owners, apparently, I don't know if he thought he was a distraction. I don't know. But anyway, the new owners decided Jimmy should be rehomed. So Jimmy was rehomed. And he's a black tuxedo cat. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. And the first day was pretty traumatic for all of us. The ride home, I did borrow a carrier from the clinic, and oh my gosh, he was so vocal on the way home. He not terribly loud, but yeah, he let you know that he was not loving what was going on. But fortunately, it's only, I don't know, 10 miles at the max. So we only had to listen for 10 miles. And then we came in the house, and he immediately darted for the kids' room. I don't know why he went in there, but he went in there. Well, that's where I keep all my extra art supplies. There's stuff under the bed. There's stuff on every surface. It looks like a hoarder's room. But he went in there, which maybe was a good thing, because it made me go in there and clean out under that bed and push everything where there was no place for him to disappear to. So the first day we just I talked to him gently and petted him a lot. And so he managed to kind of figure out that I wasn't going to rip his head off and pull his tail. And yeah, I'll show you the picture that I took and sent to Dee Dee. This is him sitting where I normally work. And when he decided it was time to get comfortable, he just settled right in. Hi, Bossy Butt. But let me see if I can find one of the photos that the clinic lady sent me. Oh, hang on. And she's been checking on him pretty regular. Okay, here he is when he's being all festive. That's Festive Cat. Let me see if I do that. Yeah, that blows it up a little bit. So But there were a lot of things about a cat, hi Joe Lou, um, a cat living in a vet clinic that I hadn't thought about. He'd been on pretty much hard surfaces. He did have a cat tree there, but otherwise everything in a clinic is hard surfaces, right? So he finally got up in that bed. Oh my gosh, he stretched out. He was laying on the carpet and rolling around like, oh man, this is good. And I told him, dude, you fell into a pile of crap and came out smelling like a rose. You are going to be the happiest cat in America here if you'll just let yourself. So the last since Friday, picked him up Friday. We're on day 3 or 4 now, and he has decided that he owns everything. He's the boss of everything. He's not very vocal. He doesn't meow, except in the car coming home, but he does purr. He has the deepest purr ever. He loves pets. He loves being held, like in your lap. He doesn't like being picked up, but if he's sitting in your lap, he loves that. And he'll push against you to indicate rub harder, rub more, do more. But his diet, like he's been eating and using the lavatory, and I'm not giving him too much treats or anything because, hey, cat, because he's a little overweight. He's a fat boy. And so now I call him Fat Boy all the time. Hi, Judy. And he responds to Fat Boy just like he does for Jimmy. So, yeah, but we're going to try and get his weight down a little bit. And I suspect because he was, closely confined in the clinic, and now he's living in this big house with 2 staircases and stuff everywhere. I mean, he can explore for probably the next week and still not find all the hidey holes in here. So this is my new life. I'm taking cat hair off my clothes. I'm emptying litter boxes, and I'm feeding 2 fat men. That's what my life has been reduced to. And I'm not really unhappy about it. I am glad I made the decision. I'm glad we got him. He is a good boy. I don't know if he'll come up here, but not uncommonly, if I'm sitting here doing something, he's right here. Yeah. But he does love his cat tree. His cat tree is down in Robert's man cave, and there's a sliding glass door. The whole wall is a window, and I put his cat tree right up against that window. And if the drapes are open, he can just sit out and look at the lake and the turtles and the ducks and the geese and all this stuff. Hi, Sharon. So I think, excuse me, I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. The only thing, he does get feisty, and if you're like rubbing on his belly, you can get him going, and then he does like the double eye gouge maneuver and bites. Robert won't like that. So, and our older cats, maybe they did it when they were kittens, but when they were kittens, they did it to each other. So I don't know. We're going to have to watch for the double eye gouge maneuver, because that's not going to go over well with Robert. I don't care. I'll just pull my arm away, and tell him no. So we'll see. Anyway, that's my new epic tale in my world. And I'll try and be nice if you try being smart. Okay? That's the agreement we're going to work on around here. Starla, you already gave your thumbs up. I'm going to try and make it good. Okay? Okay. Hang on. I just dropped something I got to pick up. So I thought today I'd do illuminated lettering, but before I did that, I'll read out of my book and show you the beautiful Easter card. And you guys, we had the most beautiful Easter Sunday for weather here. Oh my God, it was just so gorgeous out. It was just a little nip in the air, but it was sunny and there was almost no wind. So we went over to my brother's and ate a delicious dinner. My sister-in-law cooked a yummy meal. I did get the kitty veil. Hi. So yeah, it was fun watching. I've got 2 little great nieces and nephews, and they were collecting Easter eggs. I think Don and Amber hid about 50 of them, and they don't get candy in them. They get money. So they're all about collecting those eggs and getting all the money. I wanted to collect them, but I think Dawn told me no. So this is a card that Arlene sent me. And you guys, Arlene's cards are so well done. They're just, a factory couldn't make them any better. I'm not kidding. It's beautiful, Arlene, and thank you so much. I have to say, yeah, it was a good Easter week, you know, it really was. So, Arlene, thank you for remembering me and sending me such a beautiful thing that I know you spent so much time on this and it doesn't go unnoticed. I mean, they're so well done and so beautiful, and the message is perfect. And so, yeah, I very much appreciate that. And I'm going to leave it up here for a while. He is risen. So, yeah, so that was a good thing. I got nothing else new. I just placed an Amazon order this morning and then turned around and thought, oh man, I didn't order all the stuff I need because I need stuff for the cat, right? I need new bowls. I need a little rug for his litter box. Yeah, there was just stuff for the cat that I needed. So I ended up doing 2 Amazon orders today. None of it art stuff. So yeah, just stuff that I really needed around here. And I don't think I'm going to get those pencils that Dee Dee showed. No, I didn't. Hi, Ink Pulp. Let me look back and see. Doing what today? Oh, yeah, we're going to do that here in just a minute. I'm doing the Scabby drawing right after I read out of the book. So let's read out of the book and I'll quit going on about my life. You guys probably don't give a crap. I think I stopped at bookmark. A book, an object that confers upon its owner a certain air of attractiveness and unbridled sexual dynamism. Why can't I say that? This entry contractually required by the author. Sorry. Hi, View. A bookmark, either a strip of material placed between the pages of a book to mark a place, or an internet identifier to enable a quick and easy return to a website. Probably the latter, unless you're like 100 or something. Dee Dee, we must be 100 or something. Border, a line between geographical regions, often zealously guarded to prevent the people who want to come over and do the jobs no one else wants to do from getting in. Boring, something you instinctively know the ballet, opera, and performance art here, but never mentioned because somewhere inside you think the person who dragged you out to this crap may actually understand it. Boss. That would be Jimmy now. Jimmy is my new boss. I will continue to call Devin Bossy Butt, but Devin, I think you've been demoted to maybe Vice Bossy. He's President Bossy, you're Vice Bossy. Okay, glad we got that squared away. Boss, an underqualified moron. Oh, I didn't know it said that, Devin. Who you cannot believe was hired by those other morons in HR, whose job you are certain you could do about 1,000,000 times better. That's undoubtedly true. Bottled water, tap water made more palatable by a label with a mountain on it, and 10,000 zillion pounds of plastic. I really hate plastic water bottles, you guys. I really do. And now we all have plastic in us all the time. It's really quite disturbing. All right, you guys ready for the Scabby Hunt drawing? All right. Scabby Hunt starts New Year's Eve and ends April 1st. And I did not get much done this year. I do intend to continue to work in it though. So who knows? But I'll just flip through mine quickly and then we'll get on to the drawing. So, and one thing I added this year that I really liked was I did put the numbers of all the prompts on the pages. So, yeah, so I like that feature of mine and I will keep it. don't know if you guys saw this page. I did finally do the vegetable page because I was sick of the stickers all over my kitchen counter. And look at Terry. I don't think you were here when I did this, but Terry, look. I used your animals for my random useless fact page, and also something somebody sent to you. And I'll read the random useless fact again. The horn of a narwhal is in fact a highly sensitive sensory tooth. It detects changes in their environment, temperature, salinity, and pressure. Narwhals cannot live in captivity due to extreme stress. They require extreme depth and are sensitive to noise. And then you had to include an elephant. Yeah, I put googly eyes. Oh, wait, I just pulled one off. You get on there and stay. We'll only take them off when Terry comes to America and we go to Walmart to put them on bras and cereal boxes. So, and then the elephant saying, all my tusks do is get my dumb ass poached. And the turtle, and all of a sudden being toothless is desirable. Go figure. Because turtles don't have teeth. Did you know that? But yeah, I like my Terry Brett random useless fact page a lot. And I did this on stream. It's called By a Panther, Don't Anther. And I don't know what all that is, but yeah, this was a doodle page, I think. This was song lyrics, cartoon characters, and the song I chose was Sugar Sugar by the Archies, so that I could use my art from a previous Inktober. These you've seen a million times because I did these two first, which I still really like. And you know what? Oh, I did put them down here. I was going to say I didn't put the prompts on, but I put them all down here. So, but this was the postal page. And this was the passport. I spent a lot of time doing this. I still love it. I almost wish I could do it again. But I need to get back to my other passport journal. So you're talented. No one can. Oh, thank you, Ellen. So I'll just flip through it. I won't read the story unless you guys ask me to, because I've read it several times. You can go back and see it. So there was some drawing, some collage, some rubber stamps, whatever. But it was kind of based on the game Candyland. And then I picked out the places and drew them. I love him. I really, really love the swamp creature out of the molasses swamp. And then you get to King Candy's castle. So that was fun. I love it. And then I think other than my ruler page that Denise sent me, which I have not put in anywhere because it's just too much fun to pick up and touch. So other than that, you guys, that's how lame I am. And I did count. Let me see if I wrote it down on here. I got, okay, I got 58 of them done. So I got over half, which I guess, given that I was doing everything else. See, I have the stuff for it. I have the reply mail. I have this for my most wanted poster. Oh, Starla, you're here. And I will absolutely do this. Starla sent me that butt pillow from Hobby Lobby that has a chicken butt, a pig butt. I don't remember the third butt. But anyway, it has the butts of the animals. And I took the tags off the butt pillow before and so I'm going to put a most wanted post. I'm going to make the most wanted poster with the tags that you're not supposed to tear off. I tore them off, and I think I texted Starla and said, don't tell on me, but you need to know. I just sat here and broke the law. Hey, Cat and Pace. Oh, well, I'm not going to worry about it. So, and then all this junk back here is still stuff that needs to go in. So I do have the stuff. I just need to make myself do it. And that was something out of the trash. But what you guys really want to talk about is not me and how inept I am. You want me to make one of you a winner. Thanks, Bossy. You did not meet the deadline, but work on it at my pace. Yeah, see, I'll just do that too, Judy. I'll just work on it at my pace, and I'll read off all the people who finished. Peggy Fitzmaurice always finishes like, okay, this year it took her 5 days. Starla took 10 days. Kimberly took 12 days. Joanne took 19 days, as did Carol. And I didn't write down which Carol it is. I think it's Carol, Sunset Carol. April took 22 days. Brenda 3G took 26. Ellen took a month. Barbara took a month. Sherry took a month. Juju took a month. Terry Brett took a little bit more than a month. You need to try and fix that, Terry. Slacker. Tammy Paper Nest, who I don't know. So I hope whoever wins gets in touch with me and gives me their email. And maybe what I should do is when I collect who had finished, I should just collect everybody's email so I don't have to track you down later. Sharon Lombard took a month and a half, and Lar Bossy Butt finished February 18th. Tina Sweden, Just Me, Heel K9, and her name is Lynn, Raul, Laverne, Christina, Shelley Allred, Zen Jen, let's see, Michelle, and Inked Pulp. Inked Pulp, did you finish? I don't know why I have you crossed out. I'll wait for Inked Pulp to tell me. Hi, Joan. Hi, Tammy. So, yeah, whoever wins is going to have to get in touch with me and give me your email so I can, okay, Ink Pulp. We're going to put that back on. Yeah, I have it numbered, but you're here, so I won't goof up. So let me get my phone, and somebody in chat needs to do a big fat drum roll. Go over here to Goggle. So good luck, everybody. Random.org. So you guys are all doing drum rolls. Cool. Thank you. All right. So my number is going to be 1 through 28. Can you guys see okay? Let me pull you down. And I hope you remember your number. All right, you guys ready? Drum roll. Brrr. Hi, Lisa. YouTube removed your drums. What? You must have been abusing the privilege. Number 26. Zen Jen. Zen Jen, you won. So Jen does pop in to different streams here and there. So Zen Jen, the winner. Zen Jen, you need to make sure I get your email. So congratulations, Zen Jen. And you'll have to try again next year. But I will leave this out so Jen can get a hold of me. Jen, if you're watching the replay or if anybody sees Jen around, tell her she won. And to leave me a message, she's probably going to have to do my email because I don't think she does Instagram. And the only place I ever see her is usually at Dee Dee's. Sometimes she pops in here. But my email address is in, I think, on my About page or on my community page or whatever they changed that to. So, all right, Zen Jen, there you go. And what else do I have to tell you guys? Okay, sometime at the end of last year, I showed you this illustrated Words of Jesus for Women that I got at Hobby Lobby, and it's a daily devotional. And I forgot about it. I'd put it away, and I forgot about it until March 14th. So I'll just flip through here real quick. I have been doing one a day, and I think I've only gotten behind a couple of days. They're real small. They're real easy, and they've been easy to catch up. So how do you remove the... Somebody in chat knows. Yeah. So I've been enjoying the heck out of this, and I hope they come out with another one for next year. And it was like $7 at Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I like the lettering. I like doing the lettering. And usually in the morning I do like a 15-minute news update. I can usually about get this done in the time it takes me to listen to the news. And then I read, of course, the meditation and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I've been enjoying this, and I haven't finished today's. I got very little done today, so it'll get done today or tomorrow. But that's what I keep out here, and I just work on when I have nothing else really going on. Just gives me something to kind of keep me grounded, keep me grateful, keep me remembering that even though I think I'm the boss of the world, I'm not. Jimmy is. No, I mean God is. And I thought today I'd do Illumination. Illumination is my absolute favorite kind of art. I love the colorfulness. And if you know the history of the old manuscripts and the supplies they used to use and stuff like that, it was so detailed. It's so, I don't know, there's just something so appealing about it. And I have tons of illumination books. Dee Dee and I both have a ton of illumination books. But I saw this, I was looking through this one the other day, and I thought, you know, I had a couple of projects bookmarked, and I thought, why don't you someday get that book out? And so this morning, again, I didn't have anything planned, so I'll flip through the book real quick. Always in the beginning of illumination books, they do talk about the historical significance of, you know, just the art that is in museums all over the world. So yeah, you can read about it. Why were they illuminated? The evolution of styles and stuff like that. And there are so many elements in illumination that are repetitive. And chances are very good that there's meaning behind those, whether it's a plant, whether it's an animal, a person, whatever, or the position that the person is in. There's just so much intrigue into illuminated lettering, and the borders and stuff are always so beautiful. And you have to remember, these were all hand done. They had no tools. Well, I'm sure they created tools, but for the most part, they were hand drawn, hand designed, and the materials were, thanks, Kat. Hi, Jackie. The materials, of course, they're so different now because we have tubes of paint and stuff like that, but they literally had to create it from scratch. Whether it was the gold, and it says in this, gold is a noble material. You should choose it carefully based on the work you want to do. You will find it in different forms: gold leaf, shell gold, powder gold, whatever. Okay. I thought for what I'm going to do today, which is going to be garbage compared to what they created, we got that mica gold, and it's so easy, and it's easy to clean up. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it using modern day materials, and I haven't exactly decided. Well, the mica gold, obviously, but it's usually always done on parchment. I'm going to do it on watercolor paper just because that's more sturdy, but parchment was what the manuscripts were all produced on. So, and they do want you to go through many of the steps that they would have done historically. I'm obviously not going to do that because I'm a lazy wench. And she's doing the stuff in this book is done with gold leaf. And I don't, if you've ever used gold leaf, I have. Um, it's kind of a pain in the neck. You don't know how lucky we are to have gold leaf. I mean, mica gold. And then these are the pigments that they literally ground and turned into the paints that they used. And then it says on here that in their little swatch card here, which is cool. Exactly, Dee Dee, that's how I feel about it too. Nothing beats that mica gold. But the colors followed by an asterisk were used in the Middle Ages. On the left, the color is applied as transparent. On the right, it is applied flat in 2 to 4 layers. So hopefully, whether I use the acrylic paint markers, whether I use watercolor, whatever, yeah, I won't be going through that. I mean, I'll get it done pronto. But they do give you a lot of the historical information, and then they give you several projects. And this, I love the lettering. I kind of wanted to do that, but I've done lettering on here several times. So I thought, I think I'll do this one. Flowery frieze, like this. So I have to decide what materials I want to use. I know I'm going to use the mica gold, and other than that, I don't know. I'm going to do the coloring much like they give you here, because they do tell you all the materials and the dimensions. It's pretty small. It's 1 3/8 by 7 1/16. I think in actuality, it's a little bit bigger than that. Gold on gum, ammoniac, and PVA glue. Medieval distemper, and the pigments used were ultramarine, titanium white, Prussian blue, light cadmium red, dark cadmium red, green chrome oxide, dark cadmium yellow, and burnt umber. I'm going to use colors that will replicate them as closely as I can. And then this Moroccan shamsa, a rosette, that's gorgeous too. And I went ahead and the author tells you to go ahead and trace it. I think they want you more to experience doing it the way that historically it's been done. We're blowing that right out the window. Okay. Did I say medieval distemper? I don't think I did say that. And this is the marriage. So I just thought it might be fun for anybody who likes illuminated art. And this one, obviously, the paint that goes into the face. And maybe I'll do that someday to give it the shading and everything. It's quite a process. It's not what we do now, for sure. And they're using dip pens and, yeah, the scribe. That's what these guys did. Clean your ears out, girl. And then finishing touches. So they give you an idea of borders and backgrounds. And I don't know if I'm going to have to use a grid background or not. I didn't pay that much of attention. But yeah, I just love this. I don't know why. Look at monkey, monkey, monkey. Hey, Bee. Still lurking from work. Did you get my Instagram? And this was the other project that I thought would be really fun to do, this dragonfly one. And of course, I love the S, but I thought that dragonfly one would be really fun too. So that's what we're going to attempt today. And there's a bookmark. And I have no clue how long I've had this book. It was, let's see if it has a published date. But I know if I saw it, I would have bought it the day I saw it. I would not have put it on my... Okay, this was copyright 2016. So, yeah. 10 years I've been waiting to do this, so here we go. And I did go ahead and trace it, and then I went ahead and used carbon paper to transfer it onto watercolor paper, because I don't have any thick parchment that you would need to do this. And I'm looking here. Oh, well. All right. I want to do a test real quick Well, I need that book open so I know what colors I've got to get out. I'm not looked since Saturday. Work kicked your butt yesterday, and I was on cop. Oh, see, that's horrible. I do feel sorry for you. And I'm going to use regular pens and stuff like that. Hi, Dorothy. Sneaking a look with the sound off. Why can't you have the sound on? But I wanted to test this because I might end up making a real big mess out of this. I did copy this onto Arches. Okay, the carbon paper does erase, so that's a good thing. Because I thought if that carbon paper doesn't erase, I'm screwed. Because I'm going to truly use modern equipment. I'm going to use my Copic multi-liners, black ink. These are a little pricey going in, you guys, but if you need, I'm going to start with 005, I think. If you need new tips, and one of them won't open, so no, here it is. And new ink cartridges, you keep the barrel, and you can just buy the ink cartridges and the nibs separately, and that makes keeping these in perfect working order is really inexpensive. So if you use as much black ink as I do, I think in the end you end up saving money rather than buying the microns where you throw it away and just buy a new one and it may or may not last. So yeah, these are really a nice product and you won't be unhappy. And it's like every other Copic product. Well built, just there's no downside. But my circles are not perfect as I was tracing them. So I thought, well, I'm just going to use a, and I picked the 05, and I don't know. No, I'm going to go with the 01, I think. Because I am working so small. I don't want big, heavy black lines in the finished product. Let me see. Yeah, I see in the finished product, the lines are pretty fine. So I'm going to try and keep it that way. Hi, Tammy. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You guys need to tell me, do you want what products do you want me to use? Would you rather I use watercolor? I can use water-based markers. Give me an idea of what you might like to see. It matters not to me. I don't even care. And I might have to go over these circles after I apply the gold, but I'm going to try to be pretty careful. So, and I think Jimmy's down hanging out with Robert. We had a cat tree back when we had Rosie and Roxy. Do you guys remember Rosie and Roxy? And because Robert had built it and it was so well built and it weighs 5,000 pounds. Hi, Peggy. I just did the drawing, Zen Gen 1. So yeah, when the cat figured out, because I don't very often open the drapes downstairs, but now that Jimmy's down there, the drapes will probably remain open all the time so that he has a place that he can go out and watch the geese and stuff. So I imagine Jimmy right now is down hanging out with Robert in the man cave. But, oh, one of the things I was going to tell you guys, I just told Dee Dee on the phone, one of the things that I found really odd, because I hadn't given much thought to living in a clinic, what he would have experienced. What was it? Night before last, we were sitting watching TV on the couch. Well, first of all of the surfaces at the clinic are hard. So he loves sitting on the couch, sitting on the bed. I put him away at night. I haven't let him disrupt my sleep yet. Call me a bad mom, but that's, I think, how we're going to have to do it. Because he can't be walking on me. I need my sleep. I'm not very fun when I am lacking sleep. But anyway, when we were watching TV the other night, there was a close-up of a country western singer, Boxcar Willie, who was kind of a gruff-looking old guy anyway. And the cat jumped up and ran like he had seen a ghost or something. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And then I got thinking, the poor cat probably has never seen a TV. You know, he didn't, people talking and stuff on a box on the wall. That's probably the most foreign thing in the world to him. So, but it was only when Boxcar Willie was on, but I think it was because he was blown up. You know, it was a close up on a big screen TV, and he probably looked so much larger than a normal person. I don't know what it was, but yeah, he jumped up like he had seen a ghost. But last night he didn't do that. So I suppose he'll get used to TV and all the different junk that you've got going on in your house at any given time. And this morning was the first time he jumped on the kitchen counter. And I'm going to have to nip that in the bud, because there are a lot of things I'll let him do. I let him get up on my table. I let him get up on the furniture. But I'm pretty sure I can't have him on my kitchen counters. So here shortly, I'll probably be reporting next week about a test of wills, and we'll see whose will is stronger. My guess is I'm going to win, but yeah, you might not put your money on that. And then yesterday we went to my brother's for Easter, and I decided, okay, I'm just going to leave Jimmy out. So he got to stay out by himself yesterday. And there wasn't things all over the place. I think he did pretty good. But I think he was really happy to see us too. When we came home, I think he was really happy to see us. Because he was right at the door. And I didn't pull the car up close to the house, so I don't know how he knew we had returned, but he knew. So now I'm just going on and on about this damn cat. You're going, God, is that the only thing that's going on in your life? Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. He used to be on the counters at the clinic. See, that's what I was thinking too, Kat. And I don't know, when I went and picked him up the other day, they had him they have a bed and breakfast, and there's like a pet waiting area where there's a bunch of toys and cat tree in there and stuff like that. I think they had been keeping him in there since the new owners. When Jan had the clinic, the cat was everywhere except in the exam rooms. So, but yeah, he's got free reign now. He's going to be crazy cat. And other than that, not much going on. I'm happy for the more mild weather we're having. It's more like spring now. Real beautiful, clear days. We've got rain. And so, yeah, we're very lucky right now. Won't last. Pretty soon it'll be like hot as hell. But that's okay. Am I not even on screen? Oh my God. Cat, when I do stuff like that, call me. Hey, dumbass. Nobody can see what you're doing. Ooh, okay. I am a firm believer in if you want to make a circle, get a circle template. You're never going to draw a perfect circle by hand, and there's no point in handicapping yourself. So use the damn template. And if somebody finds fault with you, the problem is not you, it's them. Okay, you were saying fine. Hi, Vanessa. Oh my God, cat and paste. Don't even go there. I don't have room for a luxury recliner for the cats like Dee Dee. However, I do suspect that my cat will be as spoiled as Malibu and Oliver. If I had to bet money, I'm going to say this cat will be very spoiled. He just doesn't know how lucky he is. I think he's pretty happy. And the people he was used to at the clinic, because I've been friends with Jan, the owner of the clinic, for many, many years. And of course, I took my pets to her. And I had met so many of the people at the clinic. So it was just really getting reacquainted. When I went to pick up the cat, the guy who was there to help me, I was like, Levi, we've met. And he said, yeah, we were over at Mary's house. So I've told them they can come over and visit Jimmy anytime they want. I think I did order some food from the clinic, so I'll have to go back in there tomorrow. I hope it's in tomorrow because I only have enough food probably until Wednesday. So, yeah. But yeah, so I think he'll have his old friends from the clinic coming by to visit, and that'll be fine. But one of the girls, when I went to pick him up on Friday, she said, oh, I felt so sorry for Melissa yesterday. She cried all day long. I was like, no. So, yeah, he'll have friends coming by to visit. Why not? And I suspect Jan will be by this week to check on him. This is bigger than having a baby in my world. Did I say hi, Belinda? You just came in? So, yep. And what else have I been doing? Pretty much nothing. Cooking, eating. Yeah, not much. I feel like I've been really lazy lately. But we've had company. The kids came on Thursday, which was fun. Robert always likes that a lot. Now I have no clue what the hell that mess down there is. But we'll figure it out. Which size was that? Do I want that? Yeah, I think I want that size. And this, not uncommonly, art like this will be symmetrical on each side. This one is somewhat, but not entirely. So yeah, otherwise I would have been a lot more careful with the initial drawing. But yeah, this one's not absolutely symmetrical. Close, but just not completely. You want to see a picture of my handsome boy? He's a very handsome boy. He's a fat boy. There's Jimmy when he's being really festive. And then I like the one where he's laying on my table too. And it took me forever. And that's him sitting on my art table. And what I was doing when he was there was I was trying to I need to put a order into Blick for some replacement Prismacolors. And so I had that swatch sheet out because that's where I have a list of all my duplicate pencils and stuff like that. And so I had that sheet out there because I was referencing what I wanted to order. And he plopped his big fat butt right down on top of it. And as a result, I did not get my order placed. That's okay. Which one did I use? Probably that one, 7:30 seconds. We're going to use it though. So yeah, I'll have to do my Blick order sometime this week. I'm not in danger of running out of Prismacolor pencils. So, all right, let's see. If I got there's a big circle there. We use the next to the big one. And one of the reasons I didn't place the Bic order is there's no way I'm going to get past the shipping threshold. So I know I'm going to have to pay shipping, but I was thinking I don't want to have to do this again for a while. So, yeah, I was really going through everything really carefully. He is a handsome, handsome boy, and he's just as nice as he can be. He loves snuggles. Oh my gosh. He is a snuggle bug. And that's why I don't want him on my bed. Focus, you freak. Is I don't need a cat headbutting me all night for snuggles. Okay? When I go to bed, I want to sleep. So he is cute. He is as cute as he can be. And I know he's going to have a good life. So I'll do everything I can to make sure that he has as good a life as one little kitty cat can have. I was pretty indulgent with my other cats. And I grew up thinking that I didn't like cats because my dad didn't like cats. And I'd never had one. But I liked Rosie and Roxy. Well, I liked Rosie especially. Roxy, the girl cat, was really kind of bitchy. She was really bitchy. Maybe she took after me. I don't know. But yeah, she was kind of a bitchy cat. Okay, and you cat owners, tell me. I haven't looked it up on the internet yet, but I will. I noticed when Robert pets him a little bit harder than I do. That where his butt is, like when you're scratching a cat's butt, not really his butt, but his butt, it looks like he has dandruff. And my other cats never had that. So I don't know if that's the kind of food you feed them or what, but I'd like to get rid of the dandruff butt because he's black and you can really see it. But honestly, if that's the worst thing, yeah, that's doable. It's fine. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's the type of food, and I don't remember what exactly I fed Rosie and Roxy. I think I bought them canned food at the store, right? Yeah, well, I think Vale, he is probably, Roxy did like Robert better. Me and Roxy, yeah, we butted heads. Two girls don't live good in a good home, except Malibu loves Dee Dee. Roxy was not in love with me. Robert was her boy. I think I have a replacement div for this 01, but drawing on this watercolor paper, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm feeling like this nib is going to need replacement when I'm done here, and that's fine. I'll just do another Amazon order. Or no, I can plop that on my Blick order, can I? So did you guys decide what materials I'm going to use today? I really do want this to come out cool looking. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably like everything else I do. It's just the fun of doing it, not necessarily having it after you're done. I need to look and see if these Copic markers come in other colors, because I would buy a brown set of these. You know what? Let me write that down before I finish my my Blick order. Where do I have a piece of paper? I want to write myself a note. I would stream and Robert would give Roxy treats. Yeah, that's probably why he liked her so much. And I've been kind of careful giving him treats because he is so overweight. So I want some brown Copics at Blick's. Okay. Now, because I know me, I'd have other things on my mind and then I'd be paying shipping twice. Don't want to do that. They do. Okay, Starla's saying Jimmy seemed to prefer you or Robert more. You know, right now, Belinda, they come in sepia. Thank you, Starla. Right now, it's really hard to tell. He's been a little bit partial to me, I think, because I've done everything for him. But when things now, like today, he's hanging out with Robert in the man cave because it's a little chilly outside. So Robert's indoors today, and his cat tree's down there. So he's hanging out with Robert today. I haven't noticed that he is showing preferential treatment to either one of us, but I feed him. I take care of the litter box, so I think initially, and I was the one who was trying to coax him into not being afraid, going in and checking on him and talking to him softly so he wouldn't be all freaked out, because I didn't like that he was freaked out. I didn't like that even a little bit. I knew he would be. I knew it was going to be trauma filled. I did know that. I wasn't completely oblivious to what was going to go on with the cats. I think I've crushed this nib now. That's all right. We'll get the next size out. Yeah, I wasn't completely oblivious. We'll see how the 2 does. I won't push so hard. Yeah, I'm going to order the sepia if they have it. I'm glad I thought of that, and I'm glad Starla knew. Okay, this one doesn't seem as juicy. You think markers? Hi, Lucretia. I'm burning through pens here. And this one's a much bigger nib, but I think it might work. Let's see. I hate fighting with a pen. Nothing makes me more pissed off than fighting with a pen. I'll throw them away before I fight with them. Okay, this one I need a circle there, and I don't think this, yeah, this template doesn't have that big a circle. Let's try this template. I think getting Jimmy was good for both of us. Good for him. He got a good home, and we'll get to enjoy him because he is very loving. I mean, there's no doubt that he is a lover boy. Lover boy. What? There was a song or something that said that. These pens do not like writing on archers. That's for sure. What was that song? You want me to do this in markers? And we have so many markers to choose from. Colder temps can cause cat dandruff. Okay. Try food with omega-3 and protein. You might want to steer clear of Science Diet and Royal Canin. That's funny because I have a friend. She has a PhD in pet nutrition. She formulates the food for Royal Canin. That's it. Lisa got it. Loverboy from Dirty Dancing. Okay, and Christina got it too. All right, because I thought I was going to feed him the whatever food they fed him at the clinic, and I ordered a bag, and I'm hoping it's in tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't want to change his diet because I didn't want the whole diarrhea, upset stomach. So I thought, well, if he's tolerated that food well, I'm just going to keep him on it. But if it's causing his skin to be dandruffy, then maybe I will have to look at something different. I know cats love moist food. And I thought occasionally, after I get his weight down a little bit, I will bring in some moist food. So occasionally I can just maybe mix it with his dry and give him a little treat. I won't do it as a steady diet, but just mix a little bit in so Jimmy has a little treat now and then. It's kind of like ice cream for Robert. Oh, I know I left a line off there. Yeah, it's right across here. Sorry you're having to watch me redraw this, but I just didn't have time when I decided to do it to get it all done. But now you know what it takes to do something like this. And you can look online, you guys, too. There are tons and tons of illuminated lettering artwork that you can download online. So if you want to try something like this, you don't have to go out and buy the book or buy the supplies or anything else. Use what you've got and go look for, an appealing design online. It is, I like this design a lot. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the background in the original is kind of a cream colored, so it might have been a little better if I'd used cream colored paper, but I didn't. If I really decide that I want it cream colored, I will probably use Prismacolor. You don't do practical ones, just weird ones. There you go. I need to go down a size for that. Maybe down 2 sizes. Yeah. And I'm trying to do close to the original, but I'm not doing it exact. That's why I checked to see if the graphite paper I used was erasable. And you can buy that stuff on Amazon really cheap. And you can get different colors of it too. Don't buy carbon paper. That will not erase easy. But the graphite transfer paper does. And it is called transfer paper. Dar didn't give us a link to the CP ones. She's taking the afternoon off of links. Just kidding. You don't need any enabling. Well, the thing is, too, I'm not sure that you can get them on Amazon. You might have to get them at JetPens. And before I order, I will actually check JetPens compared to Blick and see where I can get the best deal on them. I haven't ordered from JetPens, and I've been wanting just a gray ballpoint pen. And the problem with buying them at Amazon is you have to buy 30,000 of them. I don't need 30,000. I wanted like maybe 2. 2 would be awesome. If you look at the first 5 ingredients in dry cat food, real meat or fish should be number 1 and no cornmeal. I used to work in the pet industry and took courses. Okay, Vale, thanks. I'll come back and read that later when it comes time. But I thought initially I'm going to go ahead and just feed him what they fed him and make the transition as comfortable as I can. And then we'll start making whatever changes I think are necessary. But being at the vet clinic, I figured, well, they probably are very nutrition conscious, you know, so whatever they did would be okay with me. But if you want me to be honest, and I know we all treat our pets like babies now, I think this whole craziness about pet food and the cost of some of it is really quite insane. And I say that knowing full well that my son Jamie is has been totally sucked in to that. And the amount of money and time and effort they spend on those dogs' nutrition is insane. I mean, I'd want to be one of his kids. I'd rather be the dog than the kids, actually, because those dogs are mighty spoiled. But you'll be saying the same thing about me here in a few weeks about Jimmy. Holy crap, she's spoiling that cat rotten. And my art down here got really, really bad, so I'm going to do the best I can. And the leaves are getting out on all the trees, so you can definitely tell spring has sprung in Oklahoma, which I'm eternally grateful for. I have to head out. It was nice seeing you, gorgeous art. Okay, Cat and Paste. We'll see you, I hope, at Dee Dee's on Wednesday, because your puns are necessary to complete my life. I'm looking at something because I really goofed up down here. That's the circle. Okay, so it goes around like this. I think that's everything. So now I can erase and start art or filling in the color. Excuse me. All right, so Devin said markers. Did anybody else have any other suggestions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Let's see, I have I do have. I have an extra ink. What did I do with the nibs? Okay, I do have extra one nib, so I don't have to order those. I'm so smart. I knew I missed a little line. Terry Brett, do I need to do a magnifying glass? Let's see. Where did I miss a little line? Some of them I have lines that I intended not to. I don't see where I missed a little line. You want me to use gel pen? Hi, CB. About halfway down. Okay, let me see here. Oh, to attach this flower, is that what you're talking about? Eagle eye. And that ink will dry, and it will dry permanent on the circle sticking out. I think I got it, Terry. Did I? Okay, and see, I don't have one on this one either. I need to put a stem on this one. This one has a stem. Not all the circles were attached, so that one was. It'll probably stick out like a sore thumb, Terry. All right. We'll have to do a test with the gel pens and see how they work on Arches paper. I have not used them on Arches. I knew watercolor would do really well, obviously. Okay, Terry, I think I see where you're talking about right here. Got it, girl. And I'm not sure if I'm using like a transparent medium would be preferable. I don't think it matters. We'll just do whatever. I've got to strengthen that one up a little bit. Oh, I like this mat so much better than that silicone one, you guys. Like cleaning that up on that silicone, I'd have been a month cleaning that mess up. Hi, May. It has been a minute. And I can always go back in after I get the color and darken the lines or do what I need to do. But keep in mind, after I get wet material on it, I won't be able to do anything until it dries thoroughly. So boy, pop-ups annoy me when I'm streaming. I think I said hi to CB. All right. I tell you how we're going to make up our mind. Hang on. Give me just a second. I made this damn thing. I'm going to use it. Oh, Jimmy just came in. Hey, Jimmy. How you doing, fat boy? All right, so the sections in my swatch book are pens and markers. And these are the Langwell pens. Now I could use them and use, oh, here he is up on the table. Oh my gosh, you guys. I think you're going to get to meet him. You want to come here? Here, let me move this out of your way. Now the lights and everything might go haywire because he's sitting up here on the table. And I think he's wanting to come over, but we'll see. You just want to sit there and watch what I'm doing? All right, so I could use the Langwell pens because we've got tons of colors of those. We got fine line markers. We got Papermate, Prismacolor, Crayola, Sharpie, Tombow. My Tombow set is kind of hit and miss. Pentel, I don't have good selection. The Moigan dual tip. I don't know if how many of you may have bought those when Dee Dee showed them. I think Dee Dee showed them. Or the Ahoo dual tip. Now on this one, I did write myself a note. Would not recommend. So though that would probably not be my first choice, apparently. The Crayola Super Tips, obviously. And I do have a set of the Faber-Castell brush markers. I ordered those on accident. I actually wanted the big brush, and I ended up with the smaller brush, and I hardly ever use those. I really wish I'd bought the other ones. And then I'm pissed off at myself, so I don't do it. Colored pencils, obviously, if I was going to do that, I would use the Prismacolor. Oh, he's getting down. He's had enough of my crap for one day. All right, and then alcohol markers. Of course, alcohol markers are awesome. I have a good selection of alcohol markers, too. And I've never tested. Okay, we're going to do something. Let's test the alcohol markers. I'm going to cut a strip down here and see how much saturation I get with the alcohol markers. Let me pick a color on here. Ultramarine blue would be one of them. So let's see. Ultramarine and alcohol markers is probably B016, I'm going to guess. Looking for it. Which one was that? Oh, that's the Cali art. That's why they're not in the Ohuhu place. B016. I know it's in here. There it is. See the caps on these things. That's how you have to swatch, because look at the cap on this. Look at how actually dark this is. And the cap shows it as light blue. It's like not even close. That's why you have to do swatches. He might have been just checking. Here's Robert. Okay. The alcohol markers saturate very nicely on Arch's paper. So should I do alcohol markers? Because I can always do any shading or highlighting or anything like that with Prismacolor or the Langwao or Panda Fly. So let me go ahead and pick out my colors. You guys want to do alcohol markers for this? Because I have a good selection of those. Titanium white, I'm going to use a Panda Fly Prussian blue. Okay, that's going to be a lighter blue. Let's see. B003, let's see. I have to test them, you know. That's almost like a coneflower. But yeah, I like that. I do like the Cali art alcohol markers. I really do. And Kat, thank you. Thank you so much. And let's see. Light cadmium red. And then dark cadmium red. So let's pick out two cadmium red colors. R105 and R317, I think. R105. When you have too many, it takes a minute to find them. Looking. What did I say? R105 and 317. That's what I thought. Oh, there's 105. Well, it looks orange. All right, let's see what these two are like. That would be the light. And that would be the dark. So far, so good. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Next two colors. Green chrome oxide. And looking at the original art, it looks I'm going to have to get some light so I can actually see it. I'm not sure if it's that color. Oh, those are more like gold. Okay, so we're not going to do those. I might use the Panda Fly gold for those because it's not as bright as the mica gold. So that might be those. So the green chrome oxide is actually the green. Looks, it's a green. Let's see here. I like the 127. $127. Bear with me here, you guys. I haven't mixed these up, so I know it has to be here. But these caps are so misleading. 318. What's 318 like? That one will be okay. We'll go with that. And dark cadmium yellow. I don't even see anything on here that looks yellow. Do you? And that's the last color, so. And then burnt umber. I do not see any yellow. I see a lighter green. I'm going to go with that lighter green. And so we got 318. I think I'm going to go with the 127 and use this for the lighter. So 127. There we go. All right. Did we get them all? That's pretty dark. I think I'm going to go with lighter. I don't mind that. Okay, I am going to go with the lighter. Excuse me. I think I'll go with 515 or 606. Let's go with 606. If we can find it, if it doesn't take half my lifetime to find it. Hang on, I'll check chat here in just a minute. Okay, I like that. And then the darker one will be this one. Yeah, that'll be good. Oh, here's Jimmy. What do you think, Jimmy? Jimmy, come on over. Come over and see the ladies. Come on. Jimmy, come here. Come here. Don't mess with the cord. Saying, why would I want to do what you're telling me to do? Oh, Zenjan 1, Joyce. Hang on. The book was writing in chat. I hope it didn't go in chat. Oh, there must be a million ends here. It's been sitting here typing ends for an hour. Oh my God. He's just sitting right outside camera range. I'll turn the camera around when I get done eliminating all these ends. I thought it was just a line or two. Apparently it wasn't. It was a lot. Okay. Let me see. He's going to be upside down though, maybe. Let me see. See him sitting right there? Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy. Oh, you do want to come. Okay. He says, I think I'll come over. Now, if you... Do you want to get in my lap? Is that what you want? All right. There you go. Come on. There you go. There's his butt. You're a good boy, Jimmy. You're a good boy. You big old fat boy. That's a big old fat boy. You can see his little tail wagging. You can't get on the computer. No, that's one thing we're not going to do. Okay? We have enough trouble streaming. We don't need big old fat cat butts up there. Okay? You can sit right here on my lap and I'll just work around you. How about that? He is a sweet baby. All right. Now he's just perched right in my lap. He seems very happy. I won't be up and down for a few minutes. So, yeah. I'm going to do the mica gold last because, well, it dries pretty quick, so I shouldn't have to worry a whole lot about things drying. And that's the beauty of alcohol markers, is when you put them down, they're pretty much stay put. And you can blend and everything. Yeah. I have teacher voice on. Can't find any toys. I did buy him a few toys before he got here, and I don't know if they didn't have toys at the clinic. He has shown zero interest in the toys. I mean, he is just not interested at all in the toys. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to use the panda fly for this. And keep in mind, oops, I've got you guys real high because Jimmy's fat butt was here. I'm going to be drawing on top of this, so, and I probably will use the Langwell pens for that. And a lot of pens are not crazy about watercolor paper. This one's doing halfway decent. But this won't be as shiny as the mica gold. And I'll do it in sections. So he's very content just sitting here in my lap. He's purring. Can you hear him purr? He purrs like a motorboat. Right, Jimmy? You got a big old fat boy loud purr. And see, I don't know what he would be doing now if he was at the clinic. Probably just sleeping. And that's another thing. Of course, my cats had gotten old and they slept a lot. I don't think he's taken one nap since he's been here, you guys, which I think is just really weird. Like, he's not taken a nap. He's up and at 'em, moving all the time. And I figured, at some point he'll lay down and take a nap. Not yet. But I think when I put him in the kids' room at night, I think he does jump up on the bed and sleep. But I really have not seen him sleeping at all. And maybe when he gets more comfortable, maybe he'll start napping. Dee Dee, how much do your cats sleep? I remember Rosie and Roxy sleeping a lot. Not this cat. He's on high alert. Hey, Tina. Yeah, maybe that's it because he has not taken a nap. Sleeping when the clinic is closed. Yeah, that could be, Terry. See, I just don't know. I should ask Melissa and say, why is his cat not sleeping? But Robert and I don't take naps either. And another thing, I think, my house, I don't turn on the TV unless something major is happening. I don't turn on the TV. My house is pretty silent all day long. If I'm listening to something, it's either on my computer or on my phone. So you don't hear a lot of noise around here. I am looking at the original, so that's why I take a break here and there to make sure that I'm getting all the areas for each color. I'm glad I decided to do this today because I love me some illumination. And I might turn it into a bookmark and use it in, all right, now this one I've goofed up, so I've got to fix it. Hang on. I got to fix it right now, right now. I think that'll work. I don't know. We'll see. Mm-hmm. All right, I think that's it. When the cat feels safe. Well, he should be feeling safe by now because he's figured out he is complete. I'd like to think that by now he's figured out that he's completely safe. There's no other animals and we don't have a lot of traffic in and out of the house. I got the cat, excuse me, Tina, I got the cat Friday morning about 10 o'clock. So we've been, what, Friday to Saturday to Sunday to Monday. We're just into our 4th day. All right, so the light blue, and because this is so small, oh, he looked at that like, what are you doing there? Okay, I'll go ahead and show you. These are the steps that I'm working on right now. So it would be helpful if I had where I could put this right in front of me. The the blue isn't spreading a lot. That would be the one concern I had about using alcohol markers on watercolor, is that they would maybe have a tendency to want to spread, and they're not. So, but Arches is so absorbent, it's probably capturing that so immediately. That's one thing. If you use the alcohol markers on just regular old the paper that Tina hates, the crap paper, it really, really spreads that alcohol ink. So you got to stop short of your lines because it'll spread outside your lines. What you doing, Jimmy? Are you like being streaming with me? Are we going to do this? If we do, my legs are going to rot and fall off. I'm glad it's not spreading. Because that makes everything a little bit trickier. All right. Now, why do I not have what they're showing here? Did I do that horrible a job? I don't think so. Oh, I know why. All right. Is it the outside? Yeah, it's the outside, I think. I've lost myself, you guys. I can't tell which part is which part. I'm going to skip that for now till I get a clear idea. I know it's got to be right because I didn't make up any of these lines. I copied them right off the drawing. So either their drawing was wrong, but I didn't make anything up. So, and I'll try and end this early enough where you can see what happens on top of this alcohol marker portion. Because now that I've done that, I think I'm all right. I think I recognize what I'm doing now. Except that the drawings in this one is different, so that's fine. Okay. I think that'll take care of that. And these circles. Okay, so the next thing is this. What was that, Jimmy? Do you guys cats play with toys? I'm a little shocked that he shows zero interest in them. He won't chase a ball. He won't play with feathers on a string. Nothing. So, sorry. I'm sorry if that was bothersome to you. I bothered him. I wish I'd stopped that. All right, so there's that. Yeah, you know what? This drawing is backwards from what they're showing on here. So whatever I decide to do, I'm just going to do it consistently. Okay, I think that's all the light blue. Let's do the dark blue. Okay, now what they did was like this part that was light blue up here, they drew right on top of it, drew some stripes. So I'm going to try that. But I was thinking I would do that with the Langwell pens, but let's just try it like this first. When these get the white on it, I think it'll look good. or the gold or whatever, you know, I work on top of it with. I think it'll look really good. It's looking really pretty. Sometimes I wish I could get a little bit finer line in alcohol markers. But I shouldn't be complaining, because think of the people who don't even have the opportunity to have alcohol markers. So I should quit being such a whiny wench, right? What did I do with the other blue? Oh, do it up here. Hi, Carol. Your cat has a bed. See, I haven't ordered him a bed yet. And I was kind of going back and forth, you know, like, does he need a bed? Because I think he's just going to lay wherever he wants, because that's pretty much been his style up till now. I don't think he would go to a dedicated bed for cats. I really don't think he would. That's where we're at so far. Let's do the red. Is that the light red or the dark red? Hard to tell which is dark and light. I really can't tell you guys. All right, I'm going to choose whichever red I like best. What did I do with my sample? There it is. He'll love a box. Okay. See, and I don't imagine they had. I think I'm going to go with the darker red, because I don't see the difference between, unless, yeah, I just don't see it. Okay. We're just going with this. What do we care? It's going to be pretty in the end anyway, so. I'll bring a box in. Well, I should have a pretty big box on Wednesday when Amazon delivers my stuff. But I'll try and get a box that he can fit his wide load in. Because believe me, he's got a wide load, this cat. Okay, and this one I need to put a line, attach it. Am I bothering you? I think I'm bothering him, you guys. Can you tell it's bugging the hell out of me? And if you did something like this, you guys, you don't have to use the colors that they recommend. You can come up with your own color sequence. It is really fun to do, though. This would be pretty as the front of a card. Blow it up and use it as the front of a card or something. Hi, Vaughn. Okay, so I did that. Next one are these. Well, I'm going to try the box thing, and I'll tell you probably at Dee Dee's on Wednesday if he shows interest in a box. I might have one out in the utility room or something. Well, I know I do. I have my air sanitizer box that I forgot to take to the dump the other day. And that's a big old box. I could cut it down to whatever size. I mean, it's tall. Yeah, it should be a perfect box. I don't know how that one got so much fatter. I really was not paying attention, apparently, when I drew that. We're not going to worry about it, though. Okay, and this shows this going out a little bit, so. And I'm missing a red circle here and here. Looking fun. If it's too tall, lay the box on its side so he can walk in it. I could do that, but I thought too, I could just cut it down where it would be, over his head, but he could still jump in it. His fat ass is going to have a hard time laying down in any box. I'm not kidding you. Like, this cat is fat. Okay, what are they doing here? Oh, adding the green. All right, so the red, that red I didn't use. Where's the green? Okay, it shows the dark green. I'm glad I picked the darker colors because when you work on top of them with the white now or the gold or whatever color you work on top with, it'll stick out a lot better. Some of these circles I wish I'd made a little bit bigger, and I'm going to attach those too. Oops, wrong cap. Trying to crush it into the alcohol marker cap. Okay, and then the next thing is down here. And there's no room for that light green on those. They've enlarged the art to show it on the pages. And yeah, I would be working really, really tiny, probably with the most smallest dip pen you could ever find. So some of the things I think I'm just going to have to forego. Oh, I missed a red. green for sure. Okay. And this one's green. And actually, I think this... Red, what color is that? Okay, that's going to end up being gold. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But anyway. All right, I think that's all the colors. Wait, that is red. Oh, he's snoring, you guys. I guess this is where he's going to take his naps, in my lap. He is a fat cat. Yeah, he's sitting here just snoring. And then this is the light blue. He finally is snoozing, you guys. Oh, he's having a good little nap. Now the panda fly nib on the white. Look at how much of that ink I've used out of my panda fly. Let me try the gold on top of the red. Let's see. I practically need a magnifying glass to do this. But then on top of each of these shapes, oh, this will be fine. I might have to pull you guys down. Okay, that's white. That's not the gold. No, it is. I don't think it is the gold. Can you guys see? Okay, focus, you freak. I want you to be able to see the detail because it's pretty small. And I don't know that it really matters what designs you put on them. I'm doing as close as I can to what they show in the book, but because this design is actually so small and these materials, like I said, these nibs are so wide, I probably am not going to be able to do exactly what's shown in the book, but that's okay. Just improvise. My leg is going to be so asleep. Oh my God. I may end up having to throw him down so my leg doesn't rot and fall off. Hey, Dorothy. Hi, Yada. Utah. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, and I apologize. I'm trying to keep my hand where you guys can still see what I'm doing. I can't tell what they did. I think I'll just do the little curly cues. It would appear as though I'm disrupting the cat's nap. Listen, fat boy, if you're disrupted, excuse me, you're going to have to find a new place to nap because my leg is going to rot and fall off. See what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't know boundaries. Now that I've done this once, the one thing I would do is make my circles a little bit bigger. I am his human chair cat. Yeah, cats know no boundaries. Yeah. He is bonding, Jolu. And he has to bond during the day because we're not bonding at night when I'm sleeping. So he needs to figure that out. Because I don't mind admitting I am crabby as hell if I don't get my sleep. I mean, I'm crabby as hell. Okay, the white is going to be far more apparent to see. And the blue has the white on it. So, and again, I cannot say enough good about these Pandafly pens. Pick them up, and those bad boys are just ready to write. Now see, these are really, really small. So rather than making the lines, I'm just going to do some dots. He is snoring. Little soft baby snores. All right, well, this is his first nap, as far as I'm aware. So that must mean he's feeling more secure, right? Because he's definitely sawing logs. And I don't know how well you guys can see. I'll lift this up so you can see how delicate these dots and stuff are. You see? I wouldn't mind doing this a little bit larger so that this detail would stand out more. I don't know that I will, but yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it larger for sure. You guys got to be able to hear that. Can you hear it? Now I'm going to have to sit here the rest of the day until he wakes up. Because I always learn, do not wake a sleeping baby. I goofed that up a little bit, but that's okay. Some of these spaces are so small that I don't have too much options, you know? But it looks very cool with the ink on top. Almost done. Okay, and that was gold. Is that everything? Okay, and there's green. I think the gold was on the green as well, but there's almost none of it. I'm going to do white, I think, because it stands out so much better. Because I want to be able to do the mica. Can you hear him? Oh my God. He is sawing logs. Oh, excuse me. All right, now I wish I had a sepia pen. I'm going to use the Langau dark brown. Let's see how this is going to write on the... Should be A-OK. This is working well. The Langau is working well on top of the Pandafly Gold. I don't think I'd ever done that before, so... He is just snoring like a little freak. That's so funny. He's so cute. I really don't know what that is down there. I was seeing something. Okay, so you guys can hear him. Yeah, no, I'm not moving. No, I can't uncross my leg. I'm almost afraid to breathe right now. He definitely does put some. Oh, he just looked up at me when I got something to drink. Like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? You're a good fat boy. Oh, shake your head. Did I wake you? Do you know my leg's going to sleep? Do you care? You don't care. Hey, he doesn't care. Doesn't care even a little bit. All right. You know what, fat boy? I hate to do this to you, but I got to get up and get something. If I'm going to go any further at all, I've got to move. Okay, we're going to wreck the cat's life right now. I'm going to put the book here for a minute. Yeah, because I'm about ready. I don't have room for a chair like Dee Dee's. I would order one in a heartbeat if I had room for it. Are you kidding? I wouldn't have waited for the cat to do that. My fat butt would have been happy in that chair. Here, why don't I put you in your another chair over here? You think we could do that? I'll put my sweater there for you. You can sleep on my sweater. You want to do that? Hmm? No? I'm sorry, Jimmy, but I gotta move. All right, I gotta move. Okay, he's not gonna like this, you guys. Come on. There you go. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I made him jump down. Oh, now I feel, oh God, my leg. I'm sorry, Jimmy. We'll try that again some other time, okay? You want to try that some other time? I'm almost afraid to use that fine liner, Starla. I still have not perfected that. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm sorry, Jimmy, here, let me put this. What? Sorry. Dee Dee got going in the background. Yeah, I know, Belinda. Ugh, I'm a horrible mother. He's probably going to call the SPCA on me. Say I was sleeping so good. I am going to take my sweater, though. Come here, Jimmy. You guys are just going to have to indulge me. Come on. You can sleep on my sweater. I'll wash it later. Come here. No, now he doesn't want anything to do with me. All right, well, you can get up in the other chair. Oh, my God. I'm a horrible mother. Horrible mother. Just saying. Okay, and we've shown this 1,000 times. The gold mica, brilliant gold ink. Honestly, next to gold leaf or real gold, I just don't think there's really anything better. As bright and shiny, and of course it's not going to photograph well, but yeah, if you see it firsthand, there is no downside to this stuff. It's spot on. It is mega gold. And I've been using a fine liner to do this. I didn't have real great luck with a dip pen. And I think the reason for that is this mica gold dries so quick, which is, Belinda, you're making me feel bad. Now stop it. And I just dip it in. And this seems to me to be the best application tool. Starla bought me that fine liner, and at first I had it working great, and then I don't know what I did, but yeah. So let me, and this should make little humpies. And if I was proficient at the bottle, okay, hang on. Let me use up this ink that I got on the fine liner. Oh, you know what else this crazy cat's been doing? I usually keep a jar, an open jar of water right behind me on my counter so that if I need to, dip a paintbrush or something, I've always got clean water there. He found that clean water. Now he won't drink out of his water bowl. He comes over and jumps on my cabinet and drinks my paint water. It's very annoying. Because now I've got to be careful that, what I put in that water, knowing, that every time I use it, I'm going to have to get up and wash it out. Because that apparently has become no longer my paint water. It's his drinking water. And not all of these balls were attached, so I would like them a little bit more humpy. So Let me try the fine line bottle. Your cat loves the brown paper Amazon bags. Do I have a lid for what? Oh, I could, yes, Tina. I could find a jar with a lid on it. I don't have one right now because I didn't need one. I'll just empty it. If I use it, I'll empty it. All right. See how that comes pouring out of there? And it should be thicker than that. It almost acts like it's got water in it. Let me shake it or something. But yeah, I just feel like I can't control this so well. I used to have a water fountain for mine too. And the water, I just ordered him new food bowls, and the water portion of it is like it's got a jug on it so that it refills, so I won't have to pay quite so much attention. All right, it just needs to be shaked, I think. Because it looks like it's separated a little bit. And it has done that in the jar too. I always shake the jar of mica gold before I use it. So maybe that's what I haven't been doing with the fine liner, is I haven't been shaking it well enough so that the mica gets floating in whatever solution is in here. But whatever the solution is, it does dry very quickly. Okay, that's much better. Okay. So maybe if I'm just real careful. Okay, I'm going to try it. Oh, you guys, this is nerve-wracking. But yeah, I'm going to have to be a little bit more mindful about what I leave out, access. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I like these little humpies of the gold if I can just not wreck it at this point. I guess the only way to learn it is to do it, right? If I move quick, I can make perfect little gold humpy dots. Humpy dots. That's funny. Yeah, this is where I knew this would be the best application. I really did. But I just didn't trust myself. But so far, so good. Come on. I'm going to have to manipulate that one. That's okay. Now that I put the humpy dots on, that's a technical term, in case you didn't know that. I can't do anything else with it, so this will be close to the end. I ruined the cat's life. I think there was a big dot there. We're going to put one there, even though it wasn't there. I don't know if it was there or not. But don't be afraid to change things up. Make it yours. Yep, humpy dots. Yeah, see, now I want to put this in my jar. I'm going to. Well, no, I'm not. But as soon as you put that on there, you're pretty much done until it dries. And I don't know, this mica gold does dry really quick. I missed two. Oh, I see them. I see them. Thanks, Terry. Man, Terry catches everything, doesn't she? That girl is on it. Come on, flow now. Don't be a pain in the butt now. There we go. Now that's acting more like it did when I first got it. I think what it was, and there's a cat here. Oh, God, that was one of the things that really made me go, you want a cat? You remember cat hair in your mouth, in your paints, everywhere? Do you remember that? And that was the one thing I was just really hesitant about, but now he's here and I'm just going to have to deal with the flipping cat hair. I know. What am I using? Missy, this is mica gold ink, that gold mica that Dee Dee and I have shown 3,000 gazillion times because we love it so much. And I'm sure most of you by now have bought it. You were in printing, Terry. I was a proofreader too. I was a typesetter. That's how I started out in the printing business. I typeset math books of all things, those little exponentials. Yeah, that is crazy. If we ever found out how much we have in common, we'd probably scare the hell out of each other. Anyway, I'm using this gold mica ink, and then Starla Arts was kind enough to send me a fine line bottle to put it in. You can get these fine line bottles on Amazon, and that's what they're called, fine line, in lots of different shapes or whatever, but they all act basically the same way. So, yeah, so I'm just using a fine line applicator bottle. Yeah, trained as a copy holder proofreader. Yeah, that's what I started out doing, Terry. That's crazy. And you'd think I could see those two little dots I missed, right? Think again. And this gold is not spreading. That paint that I was using, I don't know, last week, whenever I showed you that border for the Australia page. Oh, shit, I just got gold on my face. Some of that paint, depending on how thick it is, will just spread out and turn into flat blobs. These don't, this gold mica doesn't do that. It pretty much holds its shape. Come on, focus, you freak. There we go. So, yeah. So, you're too close to him. That's it. Yeah. So, but typesetting math books was hell. And then I typeset real estate law books. Nothing fun in either one of those. But proofreading a math book is really a pain in the butt. Do the humpy hump. All right, I'm going to pull the camera out a little bit so you can see top to bottom. Probably, now I'm going to try my hardest because this is when I'm going to screw up. I'm going to try my hardest not to touch it. But I think after it's dry, and this will be tomorrow or even Wednesday, I will probably go ahead and put a black border on it. But I'm going to leave the background white on this one. You're not humpy? Are you grumpy, Dorothy? Thanks, Starla. So I might want to do another one of these. I'll look in my illumination books and see, because I like this. It's just delicate and intricate, and the colors are good. I like the colors. Just less internet. Okay. All right, Tina, I'm about ready to call it a day. Jimmy is probably needing some attention. No, not really. But yeah, I'm not unhappy with this. It turned out pretty good. And again, it was out of the beginning illumination book. Kat was kind enough to put the link in earlier for you guys. It's copyright 2016. So, but if you like historical art and how it was done, illumination books are really, really good for that. Not always easy to read. I will say that. Like, it's a slow read. It's not a quick read. But I like that. All right, I got to put this up. Oh, where am I going to put this? I'm going to have to put this in a cupboard. I can't even lay it on the counter because the cat will find it. But you can see how humpy and bright that mica gold is. Isn't that cool? I love it. Thank you, Vale. All right, you guys. I'm ending a little bit early, but yeah, whatever. All right. I might sit here and make a second one of these just because I liked it so much. No, I got to figure out dinner. All right. Good to see you all. Thank you. I know your time's valuable. I appreciate you spending even a portion of it with me. So congratulations to Zen Jen for winning the Scabby Hunt drawing. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Be grateful. Be kind. Love you. See you later. Bye.